Welcome to my bold and beautiful Today's Show channel. I hope today fantastic for everyone. Please hit the subscribes button and give this video thumbs up. Steffy's invite Liam's awful new scan results. The bold and the beautiful is finally here in today's episode. Steffy Forrester Finnegan makes amends. Liam Spencer gets a new brain scan. Plus, Daphne Rose comforts Carter Walton. Hope Logan grateful. At Brooke Logan's house, Hope Logan stares at a Lope family photo. Hope's distraught look is interrupted by knocking at the door. Hope yells to come in. It's Steffy, she came to check on her. Hope is grateful for Steffy. If it weren't for her, she wouldn't even know Liam was dying. Hope is grateful. Steffy says it was the right thing to do. Steffy and Hope talk about the girls losing Liam. Steffy says they need to come together. Steffy knows she's struggling just like her. Liam's brain tumor is a wake-up call for both of them. They agree that feuding was a waste of time. Liam wants them to get along. Steffy makes the first step. Come back to Forrester Creations. Hope asks if she means it, then states that it's a huge first step. Hope is overwhelmed and grateful. Hope apologizes for the takeover and hurting Steffy. They hug. Hope wants to prioritize time with Liam. She's thinking about Beth Spencer. Steffy completely agrees. They agree to keep praying for a miracle. They can't lose Liam. This will be a gift to Liam. Them coming together as friends and co-workers. They will honor Liam by loving each other. They embrace again. Liam Spencer's new scan. At the hospital, Liam is there to get more tests. Liam and John Finnegan talk about Hope. Liam sounds upset as he tells the doctor about Steffy running straight to Hope with his diagnosis. Finn asks if he's upset with Steffy. Suddenly, Liam's demeanor changes and he claims he's not, that it was actually heartwarming. Liam is awestruck by how much Hope cares. Liam tells Finn about Hope and Carter. Liam isn't just worried about Hope. Liam is worried about everyone and starts rattling off a list of names. Finn understands but thinks Liam needs to pour his strength into taking care of himself. Liam is suspicious. Is there a chance I'll make it? Finn doesn't say that at all. Liam says it feels different. Finn says it's important that Liam continue with the scans, but won't hint one way or the other if things have changed. Liam wants to stay alive, especially for Kelly Spencer and Beth. Liam stares into a mirror and takes stock of how much he's aged since the diagnosis. Liam rattles off some new symptoms to Finn. They head to neurology to get another brain scan. After they come back, it's a waiting game. Liam is a nervous wreck and starts rambling. Finally, Liam's results come in. Finn says, "I'm sorry, Liam. There's been no change." Everything Finn says after that just echoes and sounds hollow. Liam suddenly says, "I need to say goodbye to my kids. OMG, this is heart-wrenching." Daphne Rose's seduction. At the loft, Daphne talks to Carter about Hope. Daphne wants to help him. Carter is confused. The COO says Daphne was right all along. The man that Hope wants is Liam. Carter tells Daphne about what he overheard. Hope didn't want to spend another minute away from Liam. Daphne is so sorry. Daphne gets Carter a drink as they talk. The COO calls the talk between Hope and Liam was intense. He brings up that Liam was pushing Hope to him, but then Hope wanted Liam. The COO can't believe he was so naive. How could he underestimate the feelings Liam and Hope have for each other? Daphne encourages him to forget about Hope. What he wants the most is a family, wife, kids, the whole works. Carter thought he could have that with Hope. The COO thinks family just isn't in the cards for him. Daphne doesn't want to go anywhere. She hates seeing Carter sad. The COO states it's not his first broken heart, and it won't be his last. Daphne says Carter and Hope aren't meant to be. Love isn't supposed to be complicated. The COO needs to just let Hope float away. Daphne doesn't try to kiss Carter, but does look at him seductively with narrowed eyes. As Carter gazes back, he seems to be melting in Daphne's trance. Liam's new tests reveal a surprise. The bold and the beautiful show that during the Liam Spencer has new test results from Grace Buckingham, and we have all the juice here on what to expect. Liam's brain tumor symptoms are getting worse and neither he nor his loved ones can accept that he's dying. Liam hopes for a miracle cure, but he'd be okay with hearing that the tumor is growing slowly. That's not what he'll hear. Liam is dying. B&B spoilers indicate that Buckingham has horrible news for Liam. Does this mean the tumor is growing faster than anyone thought it would? The neuro team are not happy when they see his results and Dr. Buckingham has the sad task of telling Liam where he stands and how long he has left. There is no precise guarantee about his longevity, but Liam hears news that shocks him. Liam doesn't want to be a burden. Liam must be prepared for his grim reality, and both Hope Logan and Steffy Forrester assure him they are there for him. The two women have called a ceasefire for Liam's sake, and we hope it lasts. Nobody wins when these two semi-relatives and co-workers are feuding. Of course, soap truces are notoriously short-lived, and in this case the détente is fragile. Can Liam stay strong until the end? Liam has tried to be stoic in all of this, and it's a lot to handle. We'd love to see Steffy and Hope help him through the drama with little to none of their own interfering. If they can be there for him and he feels comfortable enough, Liam would be able to clear his conscience and get some things off his chest. These three have a lot of history to unpack and process. Will Liam survive another day? Explosive The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Liam's storyline is about to turn tragic. Tell us, B&B fans, do you think this is really the end for Liam? Steffy's amends, Finn's bad news, Daphne's comfort. The Bold and the Beautiful recap is finally 2025. In today's episode, Steffy Forrester Finnegan extends an olive branch. Meanwhile, Liam Spencer gets an update on the brain tumor. Also, Daphne Rose tries to console a heartbroken Carter Walton. Hope Logan's second chance. Hope Logan stares at a family photo. Her daydreaming is interrupted by knocking. It's Steffy who comes in the door. Hope says she is grateful as she would never have known about Liam's diagnosis if it weren't for her. The women talk about losing Liam. They need to come together, Steffy says. Liam's diagnosis was a big wake-up call. Hope says fighting with Steffy was such a waste of time. Liam wants them to find peace and forgiveness. Read more. Find out what happened on the last episode of B&B. Steffy extends an olive branch and asks Hope to come back to Forrester Creations. This means so much to Hope. The blonde apologizes for the takeover, and Steffy reminds her that they're family. Hope wants to make sure Beth Spencer can have time with Ilum. Steffy agrees and they pray for a miracle. Liam Spencer's medical update. At the hospital, Liam is in John Finn Finnegan's office. Liam talks about Hope finding out about his diagnosis. Finn asks if he's upset. First it seems like he is, but then he is relieved. Liam is shocked by how much Hope cares about him. Liam says it's one thing to know that someone cares, and it's another to really feel it. Liam really felt it with Hope. After another brain scan, Liam is nervous. He starts rambling and asking a lot of questions. Finally, the results are in. Unfortunately, Finn tells the patient that nothing has changed. All of a sudden, Liam can hear Finn, but the words keep echoing and fading away. After a few moments, Liam says in a heart-wrenching voice that he has to say goodbye to his children, Kelly and Beth. Must read. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Finn's doubts grow as Steffy makes a shocking decision. Daphne Rose's comfort. At the loft, Daphne and Carter continue to discuss Hope. The nose was right all along. Daphne encourages the COO to forget about Hope. All he ever wanted was a family. He thought he could have that with Hope. Carter wants a wife, the kids, the whole thing. Carter truly believed he had that with Hope. Daphne insists love isn't supposed to be complicated. Daphne stares in Carter's eyes as he gazes back. Finn's doubts grow as Steffy makes a shocking decision. The Bold and the Beautiful and updates tease John Finn Finnegan was shocked, discovering Steffy Forrester defied Liam Spencer's wishes on the CBS soap. This recent action further upset Liam, who had been clear about his desire for her to keep his terminal condition a secret. Steffy took matters into her own hands. Despite her actions when Finn confronted his wife, he was far from pleased with her response. This week on B&B, Steffy provides Finn with ample reason to question her motives. However, she wasn't finished sharing the news, as Taylor Hayes soon heard it from Steffy as well. Finn, for his part, goes along with Steffy, seemingly agreeing that she made the right choice. But is that truly how he feels? This week, Steffy was in full control mode as she broke the devastating news to Hope Logan about Liam's impending death. Hope assured Steffy that she wouldn't reveal to Liam that she was aware of his terrible secret, yet that lasted only a few moments after Hope invited Liam back to her home. Hope couldn't handle it and Liam could tell. Hope was overwhelmed with her feelings and Liam immediately noticed. He then inquired if Steffy had shared anything with her, to which Hope did not refute. Liam felt hurt that Steffy had gone back on her word. However, Hope defended Steffy, Asserting that she deserved to be informed still, Liam appeared troubled by the sense of betrayal. Steffy's failure to keep her promise not only disturbed Liam but also seemed to irritate Finn. Steffy remained firm in her belief that Hope had the right to be informed. While many fans supported her stance, a significant number felt it was Liam's responsibility to disclose the information to Hope when he felt ready, a sentiment echoed by Finn. Steffy's control issues are realized by Finn. After delivering the devastating news to Hope, Steffy returned home to find Luna Nozawa with Finn. Although Finn was managing the situation, Steffy quickly took charge. She reiterated to Luna what Finn had just said, that Luna was not welcome and would never have a relationship with Finn. Steffy once again asserted herself, just as she had done with Liam when she revealed his secret to Hope. She showed no remorse for her actions during her conversation with Finn. While Finn recognized that Hope deserved to know the truth as the mother of his child, he was not pleased with Steffy's approach. Nevertheless, he reassured her that if Liam was upset, he would likely get over it soon. Finn's eyes are finally opened. For a considerable time, B&B enthusiasts witnessed Steffy Forrester dictating who Finn could interact with, yet Finn appeared oblivious to this influence. The devoted doctor essentially mirrored Steffy's approach to family life, which meant he was unable to connect with his biological mother, Sheila Carter. Now, the pressure of not having a relationship with his troubled daughter Luna was weighing heavily on Finn. When Steffy returned home and informed Finn that she had disclosed Liam's dire situation to Hope, it seemed to Finn like yet another instance of Steffy exerting control without regard for Liam's feelings. Steffy is too controlling. Steffy tells Finn to avoid contact with his mother and daughter without considering his feelings. Her attitude feels more like a command than a discussion. Fans understand she has reasons for her actions, such as protecting Finn from his family and informing Hope. However, it seems like she is taking control of Finn's life, similar to how Liam is currently losing influence over his own situation. With Luna appearing in Finn's life, things are far from settled. Will Finn eventually see things from Steffy's perspective? Her desire to control affects the decisions of those around her, just as it did with Hope at Forrester Creations. Finn needs to take control and put his wife in her place. Hope ignored Steffy's advice to avoid Finn, or at least Steffy believed she did. This anger continued into the takeover, giving Steffy a valid reason to fire Hope. Steffy tried hard to make Hope's life difficult, even with her relationship with Thomas Forrester. She did everything she could to keep her brother away from Hope. Finn noticed all of this from the moment he became Steffy's boyfriend. But now that Steffy has ignored Liam's feelings and acted behind his back, Finn might finally understand the situation. The Bold and the Beautiful, the narrative plunges deep into the complicated web of love, loyalty, and mortality, as Steffy Forrester Finnegan's gesture of peace coincides with the shattering update about Liam Spencer's terminal brain tumor. At Brooke Logan's iconic home, the scene opens with a pensive Hope Logan staring wistfully at a photo of her and Liam with Beth, a visual memory of what once was and what might never be again. Her sorrow is a silent scream, barely interrupted by a knock at the door. The unexpected visitor is Steffy, whose entrance marks the first beat of a dramatic reconciliation that has been years in the making. Hope's shock melts into gratitude when Steffy confesses she came to check on her, not just as Liam's ex, but as a woman who understands grief and heartbreak. Hope immediately acknowledges the truth. If it weren't for Steffy, she wouldn't even know that Liam was dying. That truth, unspeakably painful, hangs in the air between them. Steffy, previously painted as the eternal rival, is now the bridge between reality and resolution. She admits telling Hope was the right thing to do no matter what fallout may come. The two mothers, once pitted against each other in fashion wars and romantic rivalries, finally share a common fear: losing Liam. They discuss Kelly and Beth, two daughters too young to understand what it means to lose a father, and agree that their endless feuding is futile in the face of such imminent tragedy. For the first time in what feels like forever, Steffy and Hope are no longer adversaries. Liam's diagnosis is more than a medical event. It's a spiritual awakening, urging them to rediscover empathy and love. When Steffy offers Hope her job back at Forrester Creations, it's more than a professional opportunity. It's a white flag, a sign of trust, and a desire to restore a fractured family. Hope, visibly moved, asks if she's serious. Steffy confirms she is and they hug, Two women finally united by a shared devotion to the man they both love in different but equally profound ways. Hope apologizes for the hostile takeover, and Steffy graciously brushes it aside. In that moment they are no longer opponents but allies. Hope confesses she wants to spend every moment she can with Liam, especially for Beth's sake, and Steffy agrees completely. They vow to keep praying for a miracle, clinging to the hope that perhaps, just perhaps, love and unity can do what medicine cannot. Meanwhile at the hospital, Liam Spencer sits restlessly in Finn's office, awaiting another round of brain scans. What began as dizzy spells and minor memory lapses has escalated into something far more ominous. Finn, ever the stoic doctor, tries to stay composed as he discusses Liam's condition. Liam, however, has a bone to pick. He knows Steffy told Hope, and though he initially sounds upset, his tone softens. In a rare moment of vulnerability, Liam admits it was actually touching. Hope's reaction, her tears, her desperation, prove to him how much she still cares. Finn listens carefully as Liam meanders between hope and despair. He's worried not just about Hope but about everyone. Steffy, Kelly, Beth, even Bill. He's overwhelmed by the weight of leaving too many people behind. Finn urges Liam to focus inward, to channel his energy into fighting the disease. Liam, however, is beginning to suspect the worst. He rattles off a new series of symptoms, from headaches to blurred vision to something more insidious. A disconnection from reality, a fog he can't shake. They head to neurology, and when they return the atmosphere has shifted from tense to funereal. Liam can barely sit still. He's jittery, sweating, muttering to himself about all the things left unsaid. Finn returns with the results and with them the crushing blow. "I'm sorry, Liam," he says, eyes heavy with regret. "There's been no change." The words are meant to be neutral, but to Liam they're a death sentence. Everything Finn says after that is just noise, an unintelligible hum. Time slows. The walls close in. And Liam, wide-eyed and broken, mutters the unimaginable. "I need to say goodbye to my kids." The devastation is palpable. Back at the loft, another subplot unfolds as Daphne Rose, Forrester's enigmatic newcomer, offers Carter Walton more than just a sympathetic ear. Carter, fresh off a doomed relationship with Hope, is grappling with the realization that he was never truly part of Hope's future. Despite his best efforts, he was always the rebound, the safe choice, the placeholder for the man Hope truly loves, Liam. Daphne sees it clearly, even if Carter doesn't want to admit it. She pours him a drink and listens as Carter confesses what he overheard. Hope telling Liam she didn't want to waste another second apart. Daphne's eyes flicker with empathy and something else, something more predatory as she listens. She reminds Carter that love shouldn't be this hard, that he deserves better, that Hope never saw him as anything more than a contingency plan. Carter, once the confident COO of Forrester, now looks like a man lost at sea. He tells Daphne that all he's ever wanted is a family, children, a wife, a home filled with laughter. Daphne nods, softly assuring him that his time will come. But her lingering gaze, the way her eyes study him, suggests she might be envisioning herself in that future. She doesn't kiss him, but she doesn't have to. Her seductive silence says everything. Carter looks back at her, and for the first time in a long time he stops thinking about Hope. Elsewhere, the tension between Finn and Steffy begins to simmer. Though Finn initially defended Steffy's decision to tell Hope, the more he reflects, the more he questions it. Was it her place to reveal Liam's condition? Did she rob Liam of the opportunity to confide in Hope on his own terms? Steffy's pattern of control is becoming impossible to ignore, from her demand that Finn cut ties with Sheila Carter, to her edict that Luna Nozawa would never have a relationship with him. Now her decision to expose Liam's diagnosis without his consent has opened yet another rift. When Steffy returns home to find Luna with Finn, she wastes no time in reasserting her dominance, reiterating that Luna has no place in their lives. Finn, clearly shaken, watches as Steffy steamrolls yet another situation. His eyes, once clouded with loyalty, are beginning to clear. He sees now what viewers have long suspected: Steffy's need to control isn't just about love or protection. It's about power. And that power is costing Finn pieces of his own identity. Meanwhile, the medical storyline thickens. Enter Dr. Grace Buckingham, who reviews Liam's latest tests. The results are harrowing. The tumor isn't just stable, it's accelerating. Grace has the gut-wrenching task of informing Liam that not only is the tumor inoperable, but time is slipping through his fingers faster than anticipated. There's no timeline, no certainty, but the tone is clear. This isn't a matter of years, it's months, possibly weeks. Liam doesn't cry. He doesn't yell. He simply stares at the floor, numb. He thinks of Beth. He thinks of Kelly. He thinks of all the words he still hasn't said. When Hope and Steffy arrive, their faces glowing with hope and promises of forgiveness, Liam barely holds it together. He's grateful, yes, but he knows the truth, they don't. He's already begun his goodbye. Yet the show doesn't wallow entirely in sorrow. It offers glimmers of transformation. Hope's return to Forrester Creations isn't just about work, it's a symbol of growth. Steffy's truce is proof that even the fiercest rivals can find common ground. Carter's eyes meeting Daphne suggests that heartbreak might lead to something new. And even Finn, wrestling with Steffy's overreach, is finally starting to reclaim his own voice. But above all, it's Liam who stands at the emotional epicenter. A man facing the end not with rage but with reflection. His journey isn't just about dying, it's about making sure the people he loves are whole before he goes. It's about leaving behind a legacy of peace, not pain. And in that mission he's already succeeding. He's forced Hope and Steffy to confront their hatred and find love. He's opened Carter's eyes to a truth he didn't want to see. And he's challenged Finn to be more than just a follower. As The Bold and the Beautiful continues, it's clear that Liam Spencer's story may be nearing its conclusion, but his impact is only beginning. In his suffering, others are healing. In his decline, others are rising. And whether or not he lives to see another sunrise, Liam has already changed the lives around him forever. This was more than just an episode. It was a reckoning, a moment where the past collapsed into the present, where enemies became allies, and where the silence of a scan was louder than any scream. If this truly is the end for Liam, it will not be defined by loss but by the love he leaves behind.